Welcome, curly hair queen. Let's get straight into it. Once you understand curly hair, it is the easiest hair to have. Looks after itself. All you have to do is just know like the key little tools to be able to give it what it needs. I've just wet my hair. I've combed it in the shower. I do not brush my hair outside the shower. Key tip, do not brush hair outside of the shower, only when you have conditioner in it and you have a wide tooth comb. So the key to curl is hydration. Having certain products that help create the curl. Notice it curls and it sort of clumps together. What you want to do ultimately is you want to use products that hold in the moisture, so lock it in. Majority of the products I use are moisture building. Let me just talk about products for a second. One range of hair care products, and it's called Quaba. I've been using these products for about 5 years. I use them because they literally allow the hair to be hair. They don't weigh the hair down, they don't have silicons, they don't have petrochemicals. They are a really beautiful, natural, hydrating range. Allows the hair to be hair, right? So they're made in Melbourne by a friend of mine. I just love them and they really, really work for curly hair. So I would definitely recommend getting onto Quaba. They are literally the best thing I've ever come across for curly hair. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a leave-in treatment. So you just wanna, so you wanna be really delicate with the hair, with the curls when it's wet. Don't wanna separate the curl. You wanna encourage it. So everything you do is curl building. You're constantly building the curl into the hair. Now I'm gonna use a mask, a hair mask. I like to leave it in my hair because it really helps the curl. I mix a bit of the mask, so I use quite a bit. And then I'm gonna use my favorite product called Q-Foam. Now I know this is to you it may seem like a lot of product, but you've got to think of it as you're locking in the hydration and you're really giving the hair the ability to be able to form the curl perfectly. I use a thing called Q-Foam, which is a mousse. And I rub them together and I create a foamy, liquidy, hydration, creamy. Scrunch it all the way through the ends and through the roots. Just because my ends are quite dry, so I'm going to put a bit more mask in the ends. And see how every time I'm doing it with my hands like this, and I'm scrunching up and really just working the product into the hair and encouraging that curl to be created. So I'm really just putting that in there, and the key with curls is locking in moisture, not moving the hair around when it's wet. When it's wet, it's the most fragile. So you'll notice when it's wet, it starts to create a curl, and if I was to go in and mess it up, it would separate the curl. That is the key, okay? So when it's wet, we really just do this with it. Now, I don't like to do anything else. I like to leave it and let it dry in this state. Let it dry to about 80%, 90%. And if I really want it big, I'll get the hairdryer in and kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. Not touch it too much when it's wet. The product in, lock in the moisture, and then do not touch it. If you're gonna let it dry naturally, do not touch it. If you're gonna dry it with a hairdryer, then that's another story, which I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Keys are to comb in the shower, wide tooth comb and conditioner. Put your product in and lock in the moisture. Don't mess the hair up. So be really, really careful with the hair, because the more I go in like this, the more I create frizz, the more I create separation, the more hair doesn't form the structure of the curl. And so you really want to be just super, super careful. Put it in the place where you want it to dry. So if I wanted my part to be here, I would part it there, leave it early.